Hey guys, how's it going today? So my name is PO17 or P017, whichever you prefer to call me, and I'm bringing you this video today on this particular video monitor. This is the Panasonic BT-M1310Y video monitor. Now in particular, what I'm going to be addressing is an issue that I've heard some people have, including myself, where the RGB signal on the set is in particular much darker than S-Video. So I found a fix for it that worked for me. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work for everybody, but I wanted to get into it. So the first thing, obviously, is you want to take off your top part of your case. Now, when it comes to taking off your top part of your case, which is right over here, there's going to be 3 screws on each side. There's going to be one right there, one down there, and then one on this side. Same on the other side, and then on the back of the case, which this is the back right here, there's going to be 5 screws. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 over here. So once you take off all 11 screws, you're going to want to pull back and pull up on the back of the case. Just the top part, by the way. You don't have to take any of these screws out down here or anything like that. But once you do get it off, you can see the insides right here. Now in particular, this CRT has quite a few adjustments, so some notable ones here to go across. This is your deflection board on this side over here. Over here you have, S-Video chroma, which you don't really need to mess with in particular. It just turns chroma on and off. Down here, there's a little blue pot next to that switch, that's linearity. Over on this side, it has your horizontal centering, as well as your your H hold, or your horizontal hold. Over here, this white pot, which is sitting right there next to that capacitor, that is pin cushion, funny enough. And then over on this side over here, this is where you have a lot of your other signal stuff. So you're going to have a lot of like luminance, your RGB levels, everything like that. Now in particular, both potentiometers that we're looking at, because we're looking at 2 in particular, are on this board here. And that is what helped me fix the issue of the contrast in particular being too low on the set. The brightness was fine, but it was the contrast that was the big issue. Because whenever you set the contrast on S-Video to optimal levels, if you switch it to RGB, it's way too dim. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first resistor, or the first potentiometer you're going to want to look for is R324. And I'm going to have to move this camera all the way down here. So there's a clump of potentiometers all together right there. But that third one to the right, let me see if I can't get a better grip on this, is essentially the one that you're going to want to look at. So unfortunately, I can't really move these wires all too much, but you're going to have to basically try to get it as good as you can. But that one that's in between those 2 blue wires right there, that's R324. That's your Y level. Now, what does it mean by Y level? That is your luminance on your S-Video, or basically your contrast level. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn that down. So if you're switching between RGB and S-Video, ideally you want to try to memorize or try to have an RGB signal like this one on basically just note down like how dim it is. Switch to your S-Video and then turn it down until it basically matches that contrast level. And then after you do that, you're going to want to go to another potentiometer on this board. Alright, so your next potentiometer you're going to go for is going to be on this side of the board here. And if you're looking at it from up above, it's right over there. This is R5864, which is pretty deep in there, honestly. It's somewhere around here. I can't really point it out too well, but you can barely see it on the board. I believe it's that one down beneath the capacitor there on the video. That is, let's see here if that's the right one. Yes, that is. So that very left one there, all the way in the back, beside that yellow wire, basically above the orange and black wire there. So let's see if I can reach my hand. It is that one down here. Boop, boop. That is your, your contrast level. Now, that contrast level affects every single signal. But considering the fact that you have now dimmed your Y level to basically what the RGB signal is now putting out in terms of its contrast, you now have to turn that potentiometer up. Now what that does is that adjusts the contrast levels. So the more you adjust it up, the brighter the the brighter the screen is going to start getting. And because it affects every single signal, now you have a bright S-Video and a bright RGB signal. Now, in terms of composite, it doesn't really affect it too much, but we're not worried about composite. We're only worried about S-Video and RGB. But those are basically the fix that I had to do. So I had to turn down Y level, and I had to turn up the contrast level. So I'll be linking a PDF of the service manual in my YouTube video that I have here. So it's going to be down in the description if you want to take a look at the service manual to try and see where those potentiometers are on the board from the schematic. So other than that, that's pretty much all I got. So that's what essentially fixed my issue with RGB being too dim. But anyways, besides that, just a quick little video. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If this helped you out with your BT-M1310Y having too dim of an RGB signal, then yeah, let's hope it's a fix. So let me know in the comments if it does help for you. Other than that, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.